Hey, what's up, guys? This is Zane from Realm Real Estate, and today I want to do a video about something that's really important to me, and it's about a program the City of Houston provides, which is down payment assistance and closing cost assistance for new home buyers. I think this is very important. You do have to qualify. There is a certain income level as well to qualify, but if you are in that qualification criteria, you definitely should take advantage of this. Please don't let this go. Some people get a little wary about doing paperwork and whatnot, but I mean, it's free money. You should take advantage of it. And I'm going to explain what basically this is and how to apply for it, and I'll have links. So right now we're on the City of Houston. It's called HoustonTX.gov. Website right now, and we're going to be going over this real quick. So basically this is the qualification criteria, and it's listed over here like this, that you have to not have more than $15,000 in liquid assets, and it just gives you a whole range of different things, and then it shows you what your annual income is. So if there's one person in the household, then you can't be making more than 42,000 of this of that amount. And I heard, because I talked to some folks, I'm part of the Houston Fair Housing Ambassador, and so I had some conversations, and they said they've increased this from 80% to 120%. So that would be 20% more of this 42,000 that you'll qualify. But we can have a conversation with them at a later date. Shoot me a message if you don't know the process, and I can help you out. Anyways, so over here, it kind of basically tells you that if you qualify, that you could receive up to $30,000 in assistance. Now there are some criterias, and instead of reading through this entire process and trying to figure out how this all works, I could try to make this somewhat simple and user friendly. I made it like as a survey. I have the link on this as well to be able to look at this assistance program, the actual criteria, if you prefer to read it. But it's just going to ask you questions like, are you a first-time home buyer? And we'll go through this real quick. Or you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years. If you say you currently own a home, then you don't qualify. You don't need to go any further. Then over here, do you have less than 15K or more than 15K? And you need to have less than 50K of liquid cash, which means money available for readily use in your bank account. And then you and your partner need to be U.S. citizens or permanent residents. So that is one qualification criteria. And then this is just real quick asking you how many people are in your household. And then you just click on this and describe what your yearly income is. And this is the cumulative. So all the people in the household combined, how much do you guys make? So that's required. And then these are a few documents that is required by City of Houston for you to qualify. There is a home buyer course. It's an 8-hour home buyer course. I provided a link right here, so you click on this link, and it'll give you different places that you can do this course. And what you should do is just come all the way to the bottom over here and go to specific Houston and filter by Houston, because there's Austin, and you don't need all that. But anyways, here's a few addresses that it's going to give you. So just find the one that seems to be closer to you. And it's an 8-hour course. I know it seems a little bit much, but like I said, I mean, to get $30,000 in return, I think it's definitely worth it. Plus, you're getting a lot of information about buying a home, because you'll learn a lot from it. It is a very it's a very large investment, so you should. The more information you have, the better. So that is one of the criterias, is to have an 8-hour home buyer course. You do need to be pre-approved. There's two things you probably hear about: pre-qualification, pre-approval. Pre-approval is a little bit more. They look at paychecks and kind of look a little bit more into your debt, and kind of give you a better understanding of if you're going to get approved for a loan or not. You typically want that anyway before you go look at homes, because if you're going to submit an offer for a home, the seller might not take the offer so seriously if we don't provide a pre-qualification letter. So you'll have to do that anyway. So you might as well do it for this. By the way, from what I've heard, you can start this process earlier while looking for homes or right before you're looking for homes. It will take 3 days for you to know if you're approved for this, and it'll take about 30 days for the final approval. So just wanted to mention that. And by the way, let me make sure I express what this $30,000 is. I do have this mentioned on the top, and basically what this is, the $30,000 is a forgivable loan. What that means is that the city of Houston is going to put $30,000 towards, or up to $30,000 towards your closing costs and down payment. And basically what that means is they're going to put a second lien on the house. What they're trying to do is they're trying to prevent people from buying a home and then trying to flip it, or they're just doing it as an investment. They want to make sure you're going to live in the house. So they make it into a second lien to where you need to own the home for 5 years at least to not have to pay that back. Now, technically speaking, you're not paying this back anyway. The only time you're going to have to pay this back is when you sell the house. When you're at the title company and they're trying to satisfy any kind of liens on the home, they'll pay your original balance on your mortgage, and then they're going to go pay the second lien so that when it gives it to the next buyer, they'll have a clear title. But anyways, that's going too much into the details of it, into the weeds of it. Basically, what you need to know is that you won't have to pay this money back if you keep your house for 5 years. Now, let's say you're going to keep it for 3 years and you didn't anticipate that. So the way it works is that, let's say you got $30,000. Each year that you live in the house, you will have to pay 20% less. So by the time you are there for 3 years, then you pay 60% less. So you see it says 20% less until it's 100% forgiven. That's basically how it works. But at the end of the day, best way to look at it, it's free money. So anyways, all right, so back to this. Get the pre-approval from the bank. And then one of the other criteria is you need to make sure you don't owe any child support. If you do, please pay that off. And if you don't, they do require a documentation saying that you don't owe child support. And I've given you a number over here that you can call, or you can visit this website to request for that information and provide that. Now, how do you apply? So we're going to go through this quick process. I already mentioned these, but I wanted to make it a very simple checklist. You're going to go over here and you're going to click on, did you receive your pre-approval letter from a lender? Check that. If you don't have a lender, you can reach out to me. Typically I provide 3 lenders in different kind of criterias. So please reach out to them. And if you don't understand what the documents are saying or whatnot, if you're overwhelmed by the process, I'll guide you through the entire process. So don't worry about it. I am on your side. And then we go over here to the bottom and it says certificate of completion from the 8-hour approved home buyer course. We talked about that already. And then child support. Once you got all these 3 taken care of and you have all those 3 documentations, the certificate of completion, the pre-approval certificate of completion on that home buyer course, and no child support documentation, you will call this 832 number over here and start your application. They'll tell you where to email this and whatnot. So that's basically it. This is just a really easy guide to condense all the information on this site. If you really like to get a lot of information, you want to read more into it, there is a full document, 20-page document on the Housing Community Development Home Buyer Assistance Program guidelines. You can just go through this. They'll tell you exactly what the steps are on what happens, and just read through this document. It'll give you more information, and if you're confused about what's written here, please reach out to me. Anyways, that's all I have right now, and until next time, thank you so much for listening in. Take care.